Good morning, everyone. We're coming from back home in our home studio. But we're here to celebrate the Compass Cruise. It's wearing our sunglasses, drinking our little mimosas.
Yes, we want to just take a few minutes to really acknowledge some people. So for those of you who don't know, we're 20 years old now. Our organization is 20 years old. And we wanted to take a trip to celebrate, an epic trip. Trip of a lifetime.
Epic it was.
Yes. So we went on a 7-day cruise. We cruised California, and we took just 120 of our closest friends and family with us. No big thing.
The folks we could throw in the car.
Yeah, no big thing. It was awesome, and our team worked incredibly hard to make it the trip of a lifetime for our clients.
They were creative. They were fun to be with, our team.
They were problem solvers all the time.
Yeah.
And they just worked their little tushes off. So we want to just take some time to acknowledge some people special. We really can't, there was no one that we want to talk about that wasn't amazing, but we'll just try to spend a little bit of time on a few people.
I'm going to give a couple of standouts some props because they deserve it.
Yeah. So why don't you go ahead and start? Who was someone that just really stood out to you?
Well, like I said, I got to cherry pick one. Josh in the North State. Wow. I don't know what drugs he takes to maintain his energy level, but I hope they're legal because I want them. Oh my goodness. The man was a whirling dervish of love and joy and energy and encouragement and support. Mm-hmm. And he was bouncing to relieve worker after worker after worker. It was really amazing. And whatever client he was with, whatever space they were in, he was in a good space. And it's really hard to manage you. You know, one of our fish philosophies is choose your attitude. He chose it and it stuck, and he did great. Really proud of him.
Yeah, he really did a great job. So someone I want to acknowledge is someone out of the East Bay office. Her name is Rahana. She really just was joy to be with. She had such a light, an energy, a creativity about her. And whenever she came to you with even an issue, she had a smile on her face and a positive attitude about how it was going to get worked out and solved. And so that just made it just a great experience getting to know her and then watch her interact with her clients. She's awesome.
Yeah, she was cool. I'm going to give a group shout out.
That's probably a good idea.
Right? And hopefully, Sadie, help me make sure I catch everybody's names. It was our ILS coaches that came along. And as a team, they were inspirational to me. So make sure I get them right. We had David. We had Alex. We had Tiffany. We had Kira. And we had Angie. Is that all of them that came? Because as they were a team, I know Alex, worked a lot as a SLS staff, but he was still involved with his ILS.
Well,
folks.
I think you also have to mention Michelle.
And Michelle, right?
Michelle was definitely my captain with that group.
Exactly. And what I loved about what they did so much was they developed what we actually started calling the ILS corner. There was this little spot by the pool. They just always hang out together, and they had clients from different regions that had never met. That by the end of the trip, they were like best buds hanging out.
They were.
You know, you'll see them in a picture. They just really developed a community inside the community that kind of carried through the whole trip. And I was so impressed with how they did that.
Oh, it was so fun to watch the ILS clients have just the trip of a lifetime. They were shopping in Mexico. They were doing all kinds of, a lot of them went to Disneyland for the first time, experienced Disneyland, came back with all the Disneyland swag. It was amazing.
And those 5, you could really see that they built that with a lot of intentionality. And it's not easy to do that. And it was cool.
Yeah, it was really cool. We have a couple couples that we want to make sure we make note of. We have Rebecca and Johnny. They were a little nervous to go. This was our first cruise, and they were incredible. They had great attitudes, and they had probably one of the most inspirational moments of the entire trip.
Yeah.
They helped a client get onto the ocean to experience. He's lost a lot of mobility, and so they helped him. They basically drug his wheelchair out there with some help from another individual named Garrett. So they just took him out there, let him experience the sand, the ocean, and it was incredible.
Yeah, and we even saw them at one point on the boat, Johnny and Rebecca, having a date. They actually got an evening together, and they were just having a great time themselves. And that was something that was really important for us, is that our staff who went, they got a big discount to go because they were working, but they were also getting to go on a cruise. And for many of them, this might be the first. And so to see the number of staff that went, that had breaks and experienced their fun time as well, it was really important to me. And I just happened to notice Johnny and Rebecca, and I was like, yay for them.
Yeah. So we hung out with some clients so that Sunny and Fred got a break because they were a couple that also went that worked really, really hard. You always saw them with their clients working, having a good time, managing. And it was fun to get to hang out with them and then see them have a hot date.
Exactly. And of course, we've got to give a grand finale shout out to Jennifer and Brandon. Jennifer's our regional manager in the North State, and Brandon's our facilities manager. And the two of them,
they're married.
And they're married, in case you didn't know. And they really were, as far as the week of the trip, they were the brain and the spinal cord of the thing. They kept it together. Jen and Brandon, they didn't have a day off. They basically worked straight 7 days and facilitated everything from top to bottom. I mean, if anybody had a question, they went right to Jen. Yeah. And she would have answers, and Brandon was running around the boat constantly, solving various technical difficulties, helping people get situated in rooms when there were problems. Because, we did the best we could ahead of time and planned it out, but we're working with a cruise line, and, they were moderately accessible, so we had to kind of make it all work. And Brandon and Jen really helped pull that off.
Yeah,
couldn't be more impressed with how they performed.
So we, some other names to shout out. Mary, she did such a great job organizing a lot of the details. Valerie did an incredible job organizing a lot of the details. Michelle was also on that crew. Josh, some of the people I already mentioned, helped organize the trip ahead of time. And then we're also on the trip to make sure that it was successful. So, we could not have pulled off such an epic, life altering type trip without those people and many, many more that went on the trip. So if we didn't mention your name, we did still acknowledge you and love meeting you and getting to know you on this trip. So
absolutely.
Thanks, guys. We'll see ya.
Bye-bye.